You have no idea what this thing is, what ya?
I don't know. Might be a tyrannid. No, well, maybe? But it sort of resembles one of the enslavers. But those haven't been seen in centuries. Maybe it's a daemon.
Can it communicate?
Yes.
Okay, so it can talk, and it does understand us. Dude, what are you?
Dean Stealer.
A gene stealer?
No. I'm Dean Stealer.
A Dean stealer.
No. I'm Dean Stealer.
Do you steal Deans?
Yes.
What the fuck is this reality?
Look, according to you and the Emperor, you're the creator of this segment of reality. I legitimately don't have a clue what the fuck is on your mind.
Okay, you know what? Let's just review some game. Who's heard of this horror game, Dread?
Me.
Of course you know it. So, let's start out that this game doesn't seem to use dice or anything of the like. It uses a Jenga Tower, apparently. And I don't know how to use this, but hopefully we'll find out. I hope so. Let's read on. Reading on with this, it seems there's a few sidebars. One's called Marrow, which is essentially a quick rundown of concepts, and the other Flesh, which is more in detail. This book is already a lot of weird, and doubling down on horror right out the gate. Oh, looks like the Jenga Tower is some kind of metaphor, but it also goes into the gameplay. Seems when you make an action, you pull a block and replace it up top. The more actions you make, the larger the risk. Of course, with this Jenga Tower thing, there's already a problem with the game. Two, actually. You're essentially role-playing yourself, first of all. No amount of stats can really change that, unless stats affect how many blocks you pull. Could be better to lower the score then. Huh, that's actually a good concept. But the second is that it'd be damn near impossible to play with people who aren't in the same area or willing to drive for the sessions. I suppose with certain VR sets this may work. Steam has a fantastic set, but this one game ain't worth paying $200+ for some set that has like 2 okay games and every $5 single person game on it. So it looks like the characters don't have stats looking over it, but there are setup rules. Whoever the storyteller or host is will pull 3 blocks out of the tower for every player there is less than 5 players. The rules say that there's a lot of things a person should obviously be able to do, and some not. For example, Football John can probably lift a heavy shit, no issue. He doesn't need to pull a block in this situation because he's strong as sin. But Football John might not have a driver's license and thus doesn't really know how to use vehicles safely, so he'll need to pull a block to drive. And if he needs to do something clearly impossible, that it's an auto fail, no questions asked. There's some rules on how pulling and replacing blocks work, but you know how Jenga works, right? So let's just follow the rules of Jenga. Of course, before pulling the block entirely, you're allowed to just back out. This means you automatically fail the action, but what happens if the tower falls? Automatic death. Backing out means you fail, but you do not die necessarily, making the stack drop like the Twin Towers that kills you. Why did I make that joke? Now, how does character advancement happen? Because apparently it happens in this game without a character sheet. So you'll want to keep note of what you can do, because apparently the host or game master can tell you, oh yeah, you speak Italian, which makes me think an Amnesia's story is probably the best. So anyone who knows Jenga knows that there's a point where the tower is too shaky to do anything. What does one do there? Well, there's two options really. You can play safe, obviously, taking a few risks as possible and essentially sneaking in the dark to try and survive. Or option 2, you make a sacrifice. One person can choose to do something not impossible but damn near impossible, and they can knock the tower over. Doing this auto-succeeds the attempt in a glorious way, absolutely movie-centric way, but you die in the result. But it's a great death to be told for generations. Of course, there's other ways to check out of the game as your character. Death is just one option, but they can also abandon the story, running like a bat out of hell. Wait, that's too many letters to be bat. Oh, bitch out of hell. You can also join the enemy as well, which removes your character from the story as well, essentially handing the control to the host. The list of things that can happen to remove the character is massive, and they all tie to the tower and you just noping out. Of course, if the GM decides your action is possible but so complex with multiple steps, they may ask you to pull multiple blocks and at any time you can still back out. You can also change your plans partway through to maybe make it be less blocks. All of this is hunky-dory. This whole game is about on-the-fly thinking. Honestly, I kind of like this game design. There's a lot of more little things I'm missing, but it's not a bad system. Could actually really work for some sillier games too. This game wants fear to be the focus, but I can see it being played 1,000 different ways. Admittedly, the rules are a little too simple, but there's a very nice one-shot, like for Halloween or Friday the 13th. But this game doesn't really have much, but is somehow way too long of a PDF. I want to point out, I only got 10 pages into this game, and we really know enough to play the game. So what's the score? Honestly, a middling score. I'd give it about a 75%. Its positives are at the same time negatives, and that's essentially all I can say. But now I need to figure out what the fuck Dean Stealer is, so shove off.